I'm a HIIT slut. I love HIIT.
Wow, that is the move. Oh boy.
A lot.
Oh boy. Hi, welcome to The Concept between two Consteras. You can definitely see one in my frame. Visualize one in Anna's frame. Wow. We're here today with Anna Fontaine. Anna teaches HIIT Tabatas for us on Friday mornings on the Zoom. And she is an an amazing cook. I got to stick with words I can pronounce on the fly.
You got it.
You guys might have bought her recipe book, Little Plates and Libations, and have enjoyed the samplings from that. Anna plays a full-time dental hygienist. I got my teeth cleaned last week. They
Sure
feel
did.
so, thank you. And then on the weekends, she's a member of the Guard. And in between that, she still finds time to be a dog mom and work out most days and then raise a husband. So,
basically.
Yeah, but you know, it's a lot. Anna, welcome.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
Are you? Tell me the
I'm
truth.
super happy.
Friday's
Friday's my Amy day.
Thank you. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So first, why don't you just share a little bit with us about your workout routine and how you fit staying fit into your week?
Sure. It changes pretty rapidly. I'm not the kind of person that always has like high levels of energy. So it depends on the week. But I try to give myself anywhere between 4 to 5 days a week. It generally never goes higher than that. It definitely used to. I definitely used to work out like 6-7 days a week, 14 days in a row.
Well, I don't know if many people know this about you in the concept community, but you were really big into CrossFit.
Yeah.
Will you share a little bit about what your CrossFit experience was like?
Sure.
How old were you when you started?
15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was really young.
Okay.
And I did it until I was, I think, like 21, 22.
Wow.
Pretty consistently. I might have had like a few breaks here and there, but yeah, I went hard all the time and I loved it. I loved the community aspect of it. My best friends at the time opened up a gym, the 802 CrossFit in Essex, and that was where I spent most of my time. Mm-hmm. And it was social hour. It was a kick-ass workout, don't get me wrong, but my body started to, for lack of better words, fall apart.
At age 21?
Oh God, younger than that. I was probably like 19, 20 when.
And so what kind of lifts and weight were you doing at the time?
I think my max back squat was probably, I think it was around, we'll say 205.
Okay. For reference, what do you think you weighed at the time?
120.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
120. And then my front squat was probably, it was like 180, 190. And I would squat clean probably like 170. And then snatch body weight. It's like my least favorite lift ever. So a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
And I found out later in life that my spine is kind of, I have like early onset osteoporosis in my spine. So from the beginning, I should have never been doing those exercises.
Okay.
So I just.
Now, how would you have known that? Is there a way to have known that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I had an MRI because I was having a lot of back pain and I had a herniation and I have like a much more exaggerated curvature in my spine, which doesn't allow for a whole lot of movement of my spine. So I got pretty injured.
And you were you boxing at the same time that you were doing CrossFit?
Yes.
Or did that come after?
So I started to like decrease my intensity with CrossFit because I started competing in boxing. So I had to lose quite a bit of muscle mass in order to do that because I wanted to box at a lower weight class. So I boxed at 112 weight class. So at my heaviest with CrossFit, I was like 135.
Okay.
Which for me was really heavy. And then when I was competing in boxing, I was weighing in about 112.
So
a lot of fluctuation.
Yeah, I mean, those dramatic weight changes can really affect your energy and your hormones. as I'm sure you felt. But that was a really intense workout style. So describe to us what you're doing now.
I do what my body wants to do.
That's a walk. I can't say it in a regular voice, otherwise Ty will know.
Yes, you'll hear.
So yeah, tell us what you're doing now. What kind of exercises?
I do a lot of unilateral movements, which my body just really likes. Yeah, it just appreciates those. And I change it up. Sometimes I do, like, I'll try to do a couple strength days a week. I'm a HIIT slut. I love HIIT.
Oh boy.
A lot.
Oh boy.
That is just what
that's sus.
Super sus. That just meant that at the end of the day, HIIT is what makes me feel like I did a good workout. So it's hard for me to shy away from that. So I try to do 2 to 3 strength days a week. I try to do a full body day. I love yoga. Before COVID, I was doing a lot of yoga. And I go for a lot of walks with you.
Yeah.
And the dogs.
They love that.
But it's all about being kind to your body. I've learned to take more rest days and not work through things on the days that I don't really feel like working through something. If I want to go home at the end of the day and sit on the couch or go for a walk, then I do that. It's taken a long time to like make peace with that, I guess. You feel like you just build up these expectations in your head about what you should be doing. But my goals right now are to build long-term habits, basically, like routines that are going to benefit me in the long term when I have a child and I only have 20 to 30 minutes to work out a day. When I'm still working full time, trying to raise a kid, cooking 3 meals a day.
And raising a husband. Don't forget about Joe.
And raising a husband.
And Jax.
Yes.
And the dog.
Exactly.
And you mentioned cooking. So are you the primary cook?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. Which I love cooking.
What is your fastest, easiest go-to meal during the week?
Anything in the Instant Pot.
I am so confused by the Instant Pot. To me, it's just this giant thing that screams on the stove, and Lucas knows how to use it, but I don't. Can you just tell me what you do?
Yeah. Super simple things are I will take lentils, chicken broth, a jar of salsa, and shredded chicken, or chicken breast rather. Throw that in there, and in 20 minutes you have like shredded chicken, salsa, lentil-y. And I'm the kind of person that can eat the same thing all week. That's what I prefer to do. So at the end of that, you have a big, delicious pot of like chicken and lentils.
My God.
Sometimes you can do that over rice. Any soups, like hearty soups, are really good in the Instant Pot. I'm not a huge crock pot user, which sounds way more simple to people than the Instant Pot.
It does.
But I'm not reliable to start things in the morning.
Know thyself.
Know thyself.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But I cook a lot of the same things. I eat homemade ramen probably anywhere from once or twice a week.
Oh.
That's one of my favorite easy things to cook.
That sounds great. Well, okay. And then now the question that we all want to know is, what's for dessert?
What's for dessert? Well, sometimes like a handful of chocolate chips is enough to dark chocolate chips. That's enough to get me through the night.
Okay.
Other times I use a lot. Again, I don't eat sugar, so it's harder for some people to find alternatives to that. Luckily, Fontaine family, they make maple syrup.
Thank you. Go on. Tell me about maple syrup.
So I will substitute maple syrup for sugar, and it works and it tastes great. And like the other day I made like homemade like Samoas, basically. So like very heavy on like coconut, almond flour. The caramel was like coconut milk and maple syrup. You can make things taste good without being horrible for you.
Well, that is really optimistic of you, and I love that, and I'm believing a little bit of that when I use the recipes from your recipe book. Tell me what your favorite recipe from Little Plates and Libations is.
Pot stickers.
Oh, I forgot about those. Tell the people. They don't know what it is.
Those are my favorites. So they're pork pot stickers. I'm a big fan of the Asian markets around here. So I buy pre-made wonton wrappers, and it's super simple. It's ground pork, it's ginger, it's garlic, sesame oil, rice vinegar. I use coconut aminos instead of soy sauce. The hardest part is making the actual dumpling, but a couple of YouTube videos, you'll be there. That's my favorite thing.
All right. YouTube. Are you a tech connoisseur?
No. You know this.
It's just verifying.
But I do know how to watch YouTube videos.
That's great. Is there anything that you want to share with the audience? The audience of Ty and Lucas? Any tips and tricks to get them started in either eating a little bit healthier or finding a workout routine that doesn't hurt their bodies and is reasonable for the time and their recommended intensity?
I think it's more for, obviously, yes, but I think a lot of it is just getting your mental state into accepting that you don't have to do things that are going to hurt your body to get results and feel good. I think you have to get your mind there before you can really start executing in your day-to-day life.
Hannah, that sounds so healthy. Are you still listening to a
2021.
lot of... Who are you? I love this. Any true crime podcasts that you would recommend?
All of them. Last Podcast on the Left.
Okay.
That is a group of like 3 men that are absolutely hysterical. Yes, it's about murder and all kinds of crazy stuff, but you have to have a comedic spin on it in order to not have nightmares. My favorite murder, God, of course.
Of course.
And
I've
finished, I've been on a real Jeffrey Epstein kick lately. So, yeah.
That
The Mysterious Mr. Epstein. That's the podcast that I recently listened to.
Well, I love that you've pulled that and your sunny ray of outlook into raising your family and finding some healthy habits. Let's hope there's a nice positive trend, and we'll stay tuned for your latest podcast news. And I am looking forward to your next recipe book.
Me too.
Do you know what it's going to be?
I think I'm going to do something around, because of all of the allergies that kids have these days in schools that don't allow so many ingredients. I think I'm going to try to do like a school-friendly cookbook for busy moms, busy people, busy dads, whoever.
Right, dads are busy for sure. Yeah. We think they are. They work.
Yeah, most of the time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us, for really being vulnerable and opening up.
Yeah, happy to be here.
And sharing your podcasts. All right, guys, catch Anna on Friday mornings for HIIT Tabatos.
Yes, please.
And most importantly, check out her recipe book so you can tell her what your favorite recipe is.
There's a cucumber margarita that will blow your socks off.
I'm really into the jalapeno dill dip, which is also with cucumbers. So simple ingredients. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you on the internet.
Yeah.